What's up, family? How you doing? Trying to get it together over here for round two. So, got a question for you. How does your white woman or white man or white friends or white co-workers feel about all this protesting? I'm about to start some stuff tonight. You know, this COVID-19 was already bad enough, and dealing with Trump in general, all the stuff that was going on with COVID-19. So let me just come out the gate and ask you all just straight up. For the brothers who are dating white women, for the black women who are dating white men, because I got to put it on the black and white thing, right? But that's where the drama comes from, right? Black and white. So I got a very simple question for you all who are hanging out with me tonight. How does your white friends, your white co-workers, and your white man or your white woman in a multicultural relationship, whether it's friendship or work relationship or intimate relationship, what's going down during this protest? How does this protest, police brutality, racism in general, how does that impact your friendship, your relationship, your coworkers? I know, for me, I got to be honest with you. I've had to cut some people off. Now, mostly social media, because I'm going to tell you, when you see the way people respond to this, and it was kind of like the Drew Brees thing. I'm sorry, Drew Brees. I got to put this back on you, man. It was almost like the Drew Brees response. Hey, man, you know, the flag, and, you know, you don't understand. You're disrespecting America. I'm like, oh, man, y'all just don't get it. And I know you all have had similar experiences with your coworkers. And ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, how do you all maintain friendships? How do you maintain civil relationships with your neighbors when you see a Trump sign in the yard? How do you handle it when you're part of the person you love is saying things to you like, what you doing out there protesting with them Negroes? You know the word I want to talk about. What do you do when you find out that the person that you love, you're in a relationship with, the person you're dating is not down with the cause? You know, I told you all during the COVID-19 that you find out about people, things about people that you would not ordinarily find out about. There's something about adversity that brings out people's true nature. And I'm telling you, this protests, you can see racism bubbling to the surface in ways that you never imagined before with the person you love. With close friends, with your neighbors, who you've been cool with for years, till that Trump sign went up. And then you were like, whoa. Then you had a relationship with your coworkers. It was cool. And then you saw the way they responded to the protests, calling them all rioters and hoodlums and thugs. And then you said, whoa. And then the person that you're in love with, you're in a relationship with, and then you hear them saying things you can't even believe is coming out of their mouth. And you go, whoa. You know, sometimes that racism don't come out, man, until situations like this happen, and you try to talk to people, try to explain to them what's going on. You're like, look, black people have been dealing with this for 400 years, man, dealing with oppression, dealing with being disadvantaged, dealing with being prejudged, dealing with inferior schools, inferior housing, living in areas where there's more toxicity, food deserts, criminal justice system killing us more than you, and on and on. You know, they did a survey. I don't know if y'all heard about this survey they took that said 78% of Republicans saying they've gone far enough or too far for racial equality. That's where the Republicans are. How do you maintain a relationship, a friendship, a civil relationship with your neighbor when they see things entirely differently than you do when it comes to this protest? Hell, man, there's so many multicultural relationships out here right now. There's so many black men dating white women in relationship with black men. How you all managing this right now? How are your kids managing this being black and white? That white neighbor used to come by for the barbecue. Now he got a Trump sign in the yard. Whoa. You know, I have people in my life right now who I talk to, I'm in business with, and even after what Trump did the other day, on Monday, with gassing peacefully protesters being peaceful, they still have no problem. And I have to look at them right now and go, whoa. So you okay with that? You got a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband that's telling you a fool for going out there and protesting. How in the hell do you maintain a relationship like that? How can those relationships survive a moment like this? Or do they? You know, I asked this question earlier on my social media page. Can you be in a relationship with somebody who does not support this protest? And the vast majority of you all was like, hell no. There's no way in the world I can be involved in a relationship with somebody right now during these times that are not down with the cause.
Rita.
Hey, Rita. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing great.
I'm well, thank you.
Oh, hey, Rita, first of all, I'm trying to ask you how you doing. You asked me how I'm doing at the same time. Can I ask you how you doing first?
I'm doing well.
Good.
I'm doing well.
Where your white man at, Rita?
Yes.
Where the white man at?
He's in Virginia.
Oh.
And I'm in Georgia.
So what's up?
I was married to a white man.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this happening a long time ago, that we might be in a place that we are right now. And he and I spent a lot of time away from each other. And now the relationship is over.
Really?
I have two sons. I have a grandson that's 18 years old. And he has always been so kind and generous to my family, but he cannot truly understand the plight of me with my two black sons and my grandson.
Wow. Rita?
He cannot understand.
Rita, are you telling me that because of this protest that certain things have come out that have made you decide that this relationship can't continue?
Exactly. I'm going to get my father's name back because that's what my dad gave me, and I'm moving on.
Hold on, Rita. What about the people who say you just didn't really love him? What about that?
We were together for a long time, and I did love him, but sometimes people are in our life for a reason, and sometimes it just lasts for a season.
I got you.
Hi, this is Tim.
Hey, Tim, how you doing? Where you calling me from, partner?
I'm calling from Georgia.
Georgia's in the building. What part of Georgia, man? It's a lot of Georgia.
The Augusta area.
Augusta. What's up, man? Talk to me about this multicultural thing, doing all this protesting. What's up?
So I am married to a white woman.
Mm-hmm.
I met her when I was stationed in Germany. And we've been together for about 12 years. We have 3 kids together, and she's always been down for the cause. So, it's not been an issue with us at all.
So it's an issue with the people outside of the relationship, or is everybody cool outside of it too?
Everybody's been pretty cool outside of it. I mean, the people who are in our close circle, they're all down for the cause. Now, we do live in a neighborhood that's predominantly white, and for sure there are some people who are very conservative around here, Trump supporters or whatever. But we can kind of try to keep that separate a little bit, especially for our little kids. But I mean, in general, it's not been a problem for us.
Hey, Tim, how old are the kids?
So I have a 20-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 7-year-old.
Let me talk to you, man. When you have multicultural children, this is a great perspective that you're giving me here. When you have multicultural children, is that talk any different than it is if you have black children by a black woman or not?
No, the talk is the same because to society, they're black.
Okay. And so when you and your woman are having this conversation, obviously if she's with you, she's dealing with a black man, she's living in a man who's living in a white man's world as a black man. What kind of conversations are you all having during these times?
I'm a pretty private person, and she just tries to get me to talk. I don't talk a whole lot. I don't share my feelings. And we were talking to our youngest daughter, who's 12, a few days ago.
Right.
And my wife was telling her that she doesn't really know how Daddy feels because Daddy tends to keep things inside. And that's something that I'm working on. I'm trying to open up, and I shared with the kids today how hard this has been for me.
And Tim, I just wanted to ask you, man to man, during this time, you see all this going on. This is regardless of your wife. This is about us man to man. What are your thoughts about all this stuff going on, man? You got kids who are multicultural. You got a white wife at home. What's going on in your head?
Well, my 20-year-old has really opened up my eyes a lot with the situation. And she's getting ready to join the Army in a few months. But she's given me some perspective, especially on her time growing up. And there are some mistakes that we made with her that we're trying to rectify with our younger children. We've lived, all over the road, and she said when she was in the 4th grade, she was called the N-word. We didn't know about that, and she said that she just cried about it, and she didn't know how to talk to us about
Wait,
that.
She cried about what, Tim? I missed that. What did she cry about?
About being called the N-word.
Oh.
At school.
Okay.
And it was very confusing to her because she thought that she didn't see herself as a black person. She thought that she was black and white. And in the 4th grade is when she learned that, okay, I'm black. And those are things that, we didn't talk to her as much as we should have about, but it's something that she's certainly talking to her younger siblings about. And it's good for her to be able to talk to them because she has a perspective that I can't provide and my wife can't provide.
That's right.
My wife is white. I'm black.
Right.
So it's pretty cut and dry. So I'm thankful for her to be able to share that experience with her.
Hey, Tim, I was just thinking about this. How about this experience right now for kids who are multicultural? They have a white parent, they have a black parent. They're seeing the bad side of what's going on out here with racism. They're starting to understand it. They're starting to ask questions. This is really a moment for multicultural children, I think.
It really is a poignant thing that my son said a couple of weeks ago. He said, my white side is not racist. And it just hit me in a place where
say that again, Tim.
He said my white side is not racist.
It's not.
Is what he said. It's not racist. And my daughter, she is all in on protest. She's sharing things on social media. She was helping lead a march today, so she's all in. So I'm super proud of her.
My man. Hey, Tim, thank you for sharing. To all you all out there who have multicultural children, that conversation's got to be real special right about now. Thank you all for calling in. Come back with more of your calls, man. Thank you all for being a part of this conversation. It's needed. I'm going to let you all get some rest tonight. I'm going to get some. I've been up all day, man. I've been up for the whole year, shit. Since this thing hit with COVID, man, it's been long days every day. Not only do I do the national radio show, I come in and do this. And, of course, I have a life like you all do, too. I try to. It's a lot. It's a lot going on right now. You got to be strong to get through this. But, hell, we've been through a lot worse. Well, maybe not a lot worse, but we've been through worse. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for calling. We got a long way to go, y'all. We got a long way to go. We're going to get there, though. We'll get there together, too. Be safe.